Hello and welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Tafara, and on this channel we share about opportunities in education, scholarships, and personal growth. So I am happy to welcome you to our space. Please feel free to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Also feel free to email us if you need any assistance in your applications, or just reviewing your CVs or your resumes. Just feel free to email us. For this month of March, we are doing this for free, helping each other so that we can all get what we want at the end. So in today's video, I would like to talk about a very well-known scholarship called DAAD or DAAD. This is a German-based scholarship, and if you're looking for a fully funded master scholarship, or you want to study in another country, or even you want to study in another African country, or your country might be part of those countries that host DAAD students, this DAAD scholarship is what you're looking for. And I think it would be very good if you can go to their website, see the different programs that they are offering, and yeah, you might be lucky to see the very program that you're looking for. And yeah, and you apply. So firstly, before I go further, I would like to really talk about an important aspect about the DAAD scholarship. I will explain the difference between the in-country or in-region DAAD and also the international DAAD scholarship, and who can apply, what is covered, how do you apply. So yeah, let's get started. So the first thing is to understand how the DAAD scholarship works. So the DAAD scholarship offers two major scholarships types, and knowing the difference is key to finding the right opportunity for you. I know some of you guys would really want to travel abroad, and some of you are really content with where you are and you don't want to uproot your families. So you can actually get this scholarship whilst you're even in your African country. So firstly, I'll start with the in-country or in-region DAAD scholarship. What is it? It funds students to study in their home country or another African country. That means you don't have to uproot yourself from your homes. You can just study from there. And then the purpose is to strengthen the local university and build expertise within the Sub-Saharan Africa. And an example is like a Kenyan student studying in energy technology at Jomo Kenyatta University in Kenya, or a Ghanaian student studying in Nigeria, that is in region. So the first one that I gave you, the Kenyan one is describing an in-country DAAD scholarship recipient. This student is Kenyan and they are studying in a Kenyan university. That's what we call an in-country DAAD scholarship. And then an in-region DAAD scholarship, an example is we have a Ghanaian student who is studying in Nigeria and they are funded by the DAAD. Then that's what we call in-region. So you could be from Zimbabwe like me and you want to study in Namibia, or you want to study in Tanzania. It all depends on the masters and the PhD programs that are advertised on their website. So yeah, that was the first thing that I really wanted to talk about, because people really confuse those DAAD scholarships, thinking that some of them they would come to Germany or come to study in Germany, and then they end up seeing that the masters is only being offered in country or in region. So I really wanted to stress on that so that you and me guys are on the same page. So the second one is the international DAAD scholarship. So it funds students to study in Germany, and the purpose is to encourage global academic exchange and advanced research. An example is a Zimbabwean student studying maybe renewable energy in Germany. So yeah, know the difference between the two scholarships and plan your lives accordingly. So if you're interested in staying in Africa and contributing to the local development, and the in-country, in-region scholarships are for you. But if you want that international exposure, you can study in Germany whilst being funded by the DAAD International program. So now I would like to really talk about the DAAD in-country or in-region 2025 scholarships, 2025 to 2026 scholarships that have been opened. So I'm going to dive in deeper into each scholarship and why does DAAD fund these programs. So the first thing is that DAAD does this to strengthen higher education institutions in the Sub-Saharan Africa. And they also want to train professionals in development-related fields. They want to support future university lecturers and researchers and professionals in the public sector. So what it means is that they don't want just to approach people who have established their lives back home, but they want to support them in the universities that they are. So this means if you're looking to become a professor, a researcher, or an expert in the field that benefits your country, this scholarship is designed for you. What I really like is that they give us the opportunity to get funding whilst we are in our home countries. So we can apply for these in-region or in-country scholarships. So any graduates from Sub-Saharan Africa can apply, and if you're applying for a master's with a first degree or a PhD with a master's, you are welcome to apply on their website. And if you're interested in studying in your home country or another African country, you are encouraged to apply. And then female applicants and students from underprivileged backgrounds are especially encouraged. So I would like to put it out there to my fellow women to ensure that you apply for these scholarships, because I think most of the scholarships that I've seen this year, I encourage women to apply, encouraging women to apply. So let's take advantage of that. And then what is covered? You get your monthly stipend, you get your study and research allowance, there's thesis publishing costs, there's tuition fees, you also get travel allowance, and then you also get health insurance for those in-region students. That means if you're moving from your country and going to another country, they would cover your health insurance, your in-travel, you're able to go home during holidays and they fund all of that for you. And then the other thing is that most of their masters are 2 years, and for PhDs they're up to 3 years. So I would like to really stress out that you guys should really check it out. And I think we have so many universities in Africa that are doing very well. So I would like to encourage you guys to even apply for your masters in the in-region or in-country and just not wait for those international, DAAD scholarships that are being opened up. So I would like to encourage you to apply. So now let's talk about an important factor that we would like to talk about is how to apply. That's where I come in and give you some nuggets and also guide you through the process to ensure that you do the application properly. So the first thing I would like to stress is that DAAD has a lot of programs. Guys, trust me, like when you go to their website, you would be overwhelmed with the number of programs that are there. So the first thing that you have to do is find the right scholarship. Visit the DAAD database. I will put the link in the comments so that you see what I'm talking about. But do not hesitate to go to the DAAD database. I would really want to encourage you to go through all the websites, go through all the links, thoroughly go through it so that you gather all the information that is needed. I know in this video I highlight most of the important information, but sometimes you need to go to the website, immerse yourself into the website. Don't leave a link unclicked on that website so that you get all the information that you need and you increase your chances of doing the right thing and having the right documents for your application. And then the other thing, as I said, because this is an in-country or in-region scholarship, they normally have different eligibility criteria and eligibility requirements. And unlike other scholarships where they have a certain standard, if you see a scholarship being published, you know that someone who applied 3 years ago was asked to provide A, B, C, D, and was asked to do A, B, C, D. Unlike with that, as I said, it is diverse. The program each program has different requirements. So what does this mean? That means that if you meet someone who got the DAAD scholarship maybe last year, they would guide you on what they did. But don't use that as the basis, but go to the website, check for the eligibility and the requirements that these guys are asking you to have, because each program has different requirements. So I hope I drilled that into your mindset that each program has different requirements. So it's good to go through each program and see what is required. And then the third thing is to prepare your documents. Guys, there is nothing that is so hurtful to see that you have prepared everything, but you except having the right documents that are needed. So what they normally need are transcripts and certificates. These are really, really important things, and they'll ask you to write a motivation letter. And I repeat again, because each program has different requirements. The things that they require from you are going to be different. That means they might ask you to highlight some other things on the motivation letter, and if you do not read through those things, you are most likely to write a motivation letter maybe that is void of the things that they require for that master's program, hence reducing the chances of you gaining the scholarship. So I hope that everyone has really understood my point of saying please go on the website, thoroughly search, thoroughly look, read it 10 times to really see if you have understood the requirements that they need. And I think one quality that I always talk about for people who are applying for scholarships: do not be quickly bored to just go through something just once or twice or thrice. I remember when I was applying for my scholarship, like any chance I get, I would go on the website, reread the things that I did, and every time I went back, I would see, oh, I have, forgotten this, oh, I misspelled this word. And you actually, when you revisit something twice or thrice, you actually see those things that were becoming much more familiar, and then you correct those things on time. So I would like to encourage you to really look at the program requirements. And then some of the programs would ask you to present a research proposal, and this is mainly for PhD applicants, because I know that for master programs they already have the program mapped out. But for some of the PhD applicants, you might need to have a research proposal ready. So I think I will also make another video to show you how to make a winning research proposal. And there are also a lot of information that is out there on the internet that teaches you how to write a good research proposal. So if you are a PhD student, or if you are someone who is aspiring to start your PhD with the DAAD scholarship, ensure that you know how to write a research proposal, how the structure looks like. And then lastly, what they need is letter of recommendation. This is very important. I have had sad stories whereby people were missed out on opportunities because maybe one professor or one lecturer or their previous boss was not able to provide the letters of recommendation. And I think most of the applications that I have come across have kind of a system whereby they ask you to give them the details of the person who is going to recommend you, and then they would email the person directly, or they would email them a form to fill. And if you don't have a good relationship with the person who is supposed to recommend you, this can be frustrating, because they can look at the email they are invited to review, forget about it, or maybe unknowingly they would be so overwhelmed with the work that they are doing and they are not able to recommend you on time. So this is very important, and I think recruiters and scholarship boards really take this recommendation letter seriously. So what does it mean? It means Nata kwawava kwaunoenda usiku. This is a Shona proverb. It means that you have to be careful about the environment where you were before, because you never know what you may need from that environment. So ensure that you're in good relationship with the people that are going to recommend you in future, and also ensure that you have, like, communication here and there. It's like you don't talk to the person for several years and then you're just popping up and saying, I'm asking for a recommendation. I'm pretty sure they are going to take time before they can, respond to you. So these letters of recommendation have stayed between other people's dreams, and or maybe they have stayed in between other people's goals and everything. So it is important that you put these letters of recommendation in place. And I hope this video is also, I hope this section of talking about letters of recommendation has also shown you how important they are. Hence, we don't need to live like we don't need the people whom we have worked with in our previous lives. But anyway, let me get back to the DAAD requirements. Some of them require you to have proof of English and or French proficiency. So it depends from the region that you're coming from in. So if you're going to go to some of the Western countries that use French as their official language, if you're going to study there, obviously they are going to ask you, are you French proficient or not? And if you're going to study that use English as their main language, they would ask you for proof of English. And I think in my previous video I talked about the different English proficiency tests that you can take, and ensure that you have the correct English proficiency test required by the program. So as I said, all of these things that we are talking about are also subjective to the program that you are applying for. So if you plan to apply for the DAAD, I know now the DAAD in region or in country is what is open for now for 2025 to 2026, but around August 2025 they would also open the platform to the DAAD international program. So if you know that you would want to apply for this DAAD scholarship, I would suggest that you start studying for your English proficiency, or even write it, since it is valid for 2 years. You would start preparing these things. And if you are like me, who comes from Zimbabwe, and sometimes the dates for the English proficiency are not easily found, like the nearer dates are not easily found, I would like to encourage you to do this a little bit earlier than to do it last minute, because working under pressure can be very, very stressful. So I would also like to highlight that you apply this via the DAAD portal or the host institution, and each university has its own procedure. As I said, even if you meet someone who has gotten the program before, always visit the host institution, because each institution has its own procedure. And this is something that I have been teaching people who have been consulting me on applications, scholarship applications, or anything. I've been telling them that sometimes we have people who have walked the journey with us, and their insights actually help us to know the right place to look. But sometimes it is also important that we go through the website on ourselves and see, because things keep changing, procedures keep changing. So it would be important that we don't miss any information that is crucial to us landing the scholarship. And then the last thing is to wait for selection and intervals. And I know a lot of us struggle with waiting, but once we, submit our applications properly and do it with diligence and all of that, we have to wait to see if we are selected. And when we are selected, we have to go through the interviews. And normally this process varies by program. For others, they get their selection and interview response much more early. For other programs, maybe it takes time. So it is always good to go to the DAAD website, see the program that you're applying for, look at the timelines that they post, and work with that. And then I would also like to encourage you and to let you know that deadlines vary by university. And I think I need to stress this again. these deadlines are not one size fits all for each program, because you might look on the website and see that they have a general application deadline, which is April for 2025. But then they don't specify the date. Maybe the program that you're applying is closing by 1 April, maybe the other one by 15 April, maybe the other one by the end of April, 29th April or 30 April or something like that. So I want you to remember that deadlines vary by university, but the general application deadline for 2025 is April 9. So start early and make sure that your application is strong. So I'm just going to give you a few universities where you can study. This is for 2025, and this is based on the DAAD In-Country In-Region 2025 list that has been posted so far. So I will touch on a few programs. So here are some of the examples of the DAAD-funded universities and programs across Africa. So we have Southern Africa. They posted one program in Malawi called Luana, Master in Aquaculture and Fishery Science. And then they also posted Namibia. There's a PhD in Computer Science. They posted South Africa. They have Stellenbosch University offering molecular biology. And then they are also offering urban studies. They're also offering development studies. And then we have the West and the Central Africa. They posted a university in Benin, posted a master's in statistics and also a PhD in agronomic sciences. And then we have Ghana and the University of Ghana. It has posted a PhD on developmental studies and also a master in seed science. So where are my crop science people? And then for Nigeria, we have FUTA. It has posted something about metallurgical engineering and also food chemistry. And then in East Africa, we have Kenya. It has posted something on energy technology, soil and water engineering. And then more universities offering a PhD in biostatistics. And then Dedan Kimat is offering a PhD in food science. We have a lot of programs from Tanzania, Master in Embedded and Mobile Systems. Uganda has Public Health, has Microbiology and Parasitology. What I have just mentioned is just a tip of an iceberg. There are a lot of few options, so I would like you to check the DAAD website for the full list. Don't use this video to be just the one that shows you the kind of programs that are there. Please visit the DAAD website, which I've pasted in the comments, and see the different programs that are there. Vast programs from arts, from sciences, from commercials. So I would like to end this video with showing you a few tips of successful application. I would like to encourage you to start early. Gather your documents and plan ahead. Write a strong motivation letter, like show your passion and future goals. If you have people in your field that have worked on this, please approach them and let them help you to write a strong motivation letter. And you also need to choose the right program. Do not just apply for the sake of applying, but apply to a course that aligns with your career plans. And then also get good references. I think I've stressed on this, like have good references. Ask professors or employers who know you well to provide references for you. And then before you submit, double check your application. Ensure that you meet all the requirements before submitting, because I think some people even are rejected before people even look at their applications because they have missed some important information on the application. So this scholarship is highly competitive, but with the right preparation we can win it. And now that you know everything about the DAAD in-country and in-region scholarship, I would like to ask you if you're ready to apply, and let me know in the comments. And I also want you to know that if you need any help in reviewing the application letters, reviewing the motivation letters, send us an email on the email address I've attached here. And happy applying this 2025. I'm looking forward to so many positive stories for people who would have landed scholarships through the help of our channel and of the information that we are publishing. I would like to wish you a good luck and see you in the next video. Bye. Bye. Bye bye. Tschüss.